Hey, it's your girl Purdy Rose, and I'm motivating the souls. That's right. I am giving you the good news, and we're talking about fasting. We're going into a part 2 because we just completely ran out of time. So let's pick back up at where we were at. We were in Mark, and I am using the King James Version. And I'm just going to repeat Mark real quick so we can go back over that real quick. So we are in Mark, and we are in chapter 2, and we are reading verses 18 through 20. Okay. And the disciples of John and of the Pharisees used to fast, and they come and say unto him, Why do the disciples of John and of the Pharisees fast, but thy disciples fast not? And Jesus said unto them, Can the children of the bride chamber fast, while the bridegroom is with them? As long as they have the bridegroom with them, they cannot fast. But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken away from them, and then shall they fast in those days. And then let's go to verse 21. No man also seweth a piece of new cloth on an old garment, else the new piece that filled it up taken away from the old, and the rent is made worse. Okay, so basically the questions about fasting is, okay, now that Jesus Christ has left, we are able to fast because within this fasting, it makes changes in our world. Okay, so it makes changes in our world because we have him as our bridegroom. He's right there intercessing for us. He's right there with us in our midst, the advocate. Okay, so we're able to fast now that he has left. That gives us that relationship that we have with Jesus Christ in fasting. So that's why you feel so differently when you fast. You can hear him speak to you. It's like everything just jumps out at you because he's right there dwelling in the midst of you, and everything is just plain and simple and given to you because now he is gone to where he can be your advocate, to where he can speak to you and he can go to the Father for you. So that's why you have this relationship that is awesome and incredible because you are fasting. So you have pushed back from that table, and I'm talking about removing the food, okay? Either drinking or eating fruits and vegetables, because those are things that we least like to eat, right? Okay, now let's go to St. Paul. Let's go to Acts chapter 9. Okay, so if you remember anything about Acts, about Paul, remember Paul was persecuting the Christians. Everybody was in fear of Paul. But all of a sudden, when he was on his way on the road of Damascus, he basically fell to his knees and he was blinded. And God was like, why are you persecuting me? Why are you doing this to me? And so when he was blinded, basically what happened was, we're going to go to Acts chapter 9, and we're going to go to verse 9. And he was 3 days without sight, and neither did eat nor drink. So he didn't eat, nor did he drink anything. And then there was a man that brought his sight back. Basically, God had him pray over him, and the scales came off of his eyes. And after that, he was a vessel for Jesus Christ. Okay, now he's persecuted. See, the man that was persecuting God, he chose and he was persecuted because now he is an apostle and he's spreading the word of God like no man has ever spread before, because he knows what he didn't believe in and now what he believes in because of that voice that came to him, because of the experience of what he had. It was supernatural. So how could you not be for God? So now he's being persecuted for being a man for Christ. All right. So now remember in our first video, we talked about fasting for spiritual breakthrough, that there is a book by Elmer L. He's the author of Fasting for Spiritual Breakthrough. Go get this book. It's incredible. When I got this book, I've done a couple of fasts, and I'm telling you, it works. It works. So let me just go through them real quickly. If we run out of time, then we'll have to do a part 3 on fasting, okay? So there is number one, the fast God chooses, okay? So I'm going to back up. I'm going to go to St. Paul. Okay, so it says fasting for insight and decision making. So this is the St. Paul fast, okay? If you need insight and decision making, then you want to do the St. Paul fast. This is going without food and water. I probably would suggest that you have at least water. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but anything for God will be great, so he did not have any food or water. So that's if you need insight and decision making. Okay. So I think I'm going to do that one, but I'm going to do it with water. All right. Now let's go to the disciples fast. Okay. The disciples fast is fasting for freedom from addiction. If you're addicted to anything, drugs, medication, marijuana, cocaine, gambling, sexual addiction, whatever you're addicted to, lying, then you want to do the disciples fast. Okay. So you want to do the disciples fast. Okay. You need to get rid of that addiction. All right. The next fast is the Ezra fast. The Ezra fast is to solve problems, okay? If you have a problem, if we fast for a specific purpose, we may solve a deliberating problem. So you might have some kind of problem that you need to solve, then you want to do the Ezra fast, okay? And you can go to the Bible in reading these chapters and getting the biblical things that you need. But if you pick up the book, it's going to show you exactly where to go. Okay, the next one is the Samuel fast. The Samuel fast, you're fasting to win people to Christ, okay? If we fast and pray for revival, God will pour himself on his people. All right, so this is fasting to win people to Christ. The next one is the Elijah fast. The Elijah fast to break crippling fears and other mental problems. So through fasting, God will show us how to overcome negative emotional and personal habits. Okay, you're going through some things that you normally wouldn't be going through. The widow's fast, fasting to provide for the needy. Okay, when we sacrifice our own physical needs, God enables us to focus on and provide for the needs of others. Okay, you're trying to provide needs for the others. Remember the widow, she basically had little coins, and God said, hey, this lady has more money than anybody. Let's go to the John the Baptist fast. Fasting for an influential testimony. Okay, you need for people to know something. Okay, if we fast for the influence of other testimonies, this is your testimony of how good God is. And then the Esther fast, fasting for the protection from the evil one. You need to be protected because he's devouring everyone he can that he sees that is weak. And then we already talked about the Daniel's fast. That's for your health and physical healing. And we already talked about the St. Paul fast, which is for insight and discernment. Okay, so decision making. All right, so you got the fast, get the book, and I tell you, it will change your life. As you know, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and tune in next time for that daily bread. All right, God bless you.